special place I know where snowflakes fall, mighty mountains grow. There is a place where nature seems at rest, a special place way out in the west. Steamboat, they call it Steamboat. It's where cowboys play, folks get away for fun. Steamboat, they call it Steamboat, and there's nothing like it anywhere. No, there's only one. Steamboat, yes, it's Steamboat. I said it's Steamboat. Steamboat.
Even though this town of Steamboat Springs had long been around, the story of Steamboat begins when a stage came to town. There was a man on that stage from Norway came. Nobody knew him, but Carl Howelsen was his name. When Carl arrived, he liked what he saw, snowy white mountains and powdery trees. And then he turned back and pulled off that stage a couple of poles and a long pair of skis. The cowboys laughed till they thought they'd cry. With those boards and those poles, what was this man gonna try? They'd seen snowshoes and sleds for getting through snow, but they thought Carl was crazy. Oh, but what they didn't know. But Carl did. So he put on his skis and away he did go. Now the cowboys and the ranchers, they couldn't figure out this little man who was wiry and spry. But in that deep snow, when hardly anyone could go, old Carl, he just kept passing them by. Then one day, they gathered round a hill to watch this strange Norwegian who was never standing still. They looked, they laughed, they'd stand and stare as Carl Howelsen went flying through the air. But pretty soon, the cowboys and the ranchers and the ladies, they came around. And it wasn't long you were seeing skis all over town. It was as if the town had caught a beautiful disease. Steamboat had fallen in love with skis. Then one day, the ranchers and the skiers said, Let's get together. We could have fun in the winter instead of fighting this weather. So they started this Winter Carnival back in 1913. And the ranchers and the skiers did things that no one had ever seen. So they started building the mountain and building it right. And the snow, it kept falling so lacy and light. They even gave the powder a very special name. It was so dry and light, they called it champagne. They put lifts up and runs in till they almost went out of sight. They kept building their mountain, building it right.
We've got a mountain, oh, a mountain. We've got a mountain full of space. Yeah, we've got a great big western mountain, and that mountain goes all over the place. Ski a rainbow, ski a tornado, ski it easy, ski it steep. Yeah, ski the sunshine, ski the moonlight, ski it packed or ski it deep. We've got a mountain, oh, a mountain. We've got a mountain full of space. We got a mountain, yeah, we've got a great big western mountain, and that mountain goes all over the place. I knew it's a long, wide, winding highway. Skiing through the pine, skiing through the pine, skiing here is mighty high and mighty fine. We've got a mountain, oh, a mountain. We've got a mountain full of space. Hey, we got a mountain, oh, the mountain, and that mountain goes all over the place. Ski the shadows, ski the twilight, over 50 different runs. Yeah, ski the skyline, ski surprise. Wherever you go, you're gonna know that you'll be having fun. We got a mountain, oh, a mountain. We've got a mountain full of space. Yeah, we got a mountain, oh, a mountain, and that mountain goes all over the place. Mountain goes all over the place.
You know that you're really in the snow when you're skiing in powder snow like that. You sink down in it, it's cold on your face, but it feels awful good. They've got signs at the bottom of all the lifts in Steamboat that say, if you want to ski with Billy Kid, meet at the top of the gondola at 1 o'clock. And I chat with the people and try to find out where they come from and what kind of skiers we've got in that group. Sometimes we get folks that haven't skied that much and they aren't really that comfortable on their skis. So what I try to do is to tell them that the way I ski is to ski very comfortably. Just to relax, stand in the middle of your skis. Don't worry so much about what you look like, but think about a few simple rules like keep your feet apart for good balance, keep your knees bent so that you can absorb the bumps, and always plant your poles. And I explain to people that a comfortable way to ski is the way the racers ski. We ski down an intermediate trail so that you don't have to be a great skier to ski down the mountain with me. We ski in a group. We stop every few hundred yards to catch our breath, to look at the scenery, and so that the people who don't ski that fast can catch up. And on the way down, I tell people everything I know about how to make a ski turn. The ski school at Steamboat makes learning to ski fun. They try to keep it simple. They try to make sure that you have a nice time. And then you can learn to ski quite well in 1 week so that you can handle probably 50% of the ski trails in the United States. Werner is the director of the ski school at Steamboat, and he's quite a skier. Loris and I were on the '68 Olympic team together. He's got really good racing background. He's taken the principles of a racing turn and applied them to teaching beginners how to ski. In other words, to try to keep your technique very simple. It may not look that simple when Loris does it, but it sure is fun. Hank Kashiwa won the World Championships of professional ski racing, and he lives in Steamboat. If you watch Kashiwa ski down the hill, you'll notice that his upper body's very quiet. Everything takes place from his waist down, mainly in the knees. He always keeps his knees bent so that he can absorb the bumps. His upper body is very quiet, hands out in front of him, looking ahead where he's going, just trying to stay very relaxed and comfortable on his skis. Now, most people don't ski quite like that. Carl Howelsen knew it, and so do all our ski instructors. Carl wanted people to have fun on skis, and so do I, and so does the Steamboat Ski School. Fun, even though you might have just begun.
Powder your nose with a snowflake. Fall in your face and be glad. Now, whoever thought that you might be out on a hill on a pair of skis? It's crazy. It's marvelous. It's mad. Powder your nose with a snowflake. So you fall. Well, it's fun when you land. But it's getting up from off the ground that makes you feel like a local clown. It's maddening. It's funny. It's grand. So what if you're learning? So what if you're new? So what if your feet don't do what you want them to? What you do is cover your nose with a snowflake. Who cares if you've only begun? When you do your best and try to learn, and then you make that, perfect turn. It's beautiful, it's wonderful, it's fun when you powder your nose with a snowflake.
Yeah. Steamboat's a mountain, Steamboat's a base, and Steamboat's a cowboy with a rough smile on his face. And Steamboat's a feeling that you get when you're there. It's an open, fine feeling that we'd like you to share. So come on out to Steamboat. It's a real fine thing to do. But for now, we hope we've brought a bit...